Hey everybody, it's Juliet. Welcome to my first official Q&A video. I know you're all so excited and dying to hear my answers to the wonderful questions that you all submitted, and I am dying to share them all with you. Thank you to everybody who submitted questions via Twitter and Facebook, and I'm going to answer as many of them as I can, and if you think of any others, feel free to send them my way. So this question came from Facebook, and it is from Caro, and she asks, who were your musical inspirations as you were growing up and why? This is a great question. I have tons and tons of musical influences starting from the time that I was very, very young. And one of the first ones that comes to mind is a singer by the name of Jem, who was part of the band Jem and the Holograms, which if you grew up around the time that I did in the States, it was a cartoon that was on every day, and I would watch it every morning and every afternoon when I got home from school. And Jem was this amazing singer, and she had a secret identity, kind of not unlike Miley Cyrus and Hannah Montana today, but this was like way, way, way before that and way, way, way cooler if you ask me. But she was in a band, and she was an amazing singer, and they sang all their own songs. I think that was the first person that really kind of put that idea in my head that I wanted to be a rock star when I grew up. And then as I was growing up, I listened to a lot of different kinds of music. My dad was a huge fan of Motown, so I would listen to a lot of the bands like The Temptations and some of the girl groups and these bands that had amazing vocal harmonies, and I think that's one of the reasons why I love, love, love vocal harmony today. It's because I grew up on that stuff. People like Stevie Wonder, you know, real artists who did amazing things. And then also, you know, the amazing female singers when I was growing up were people like Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston, people that could just flat out sing. And that's who I would sing along with every day when I got home from school. And who kind of, I guess, taught me how to do some of the vocal stuff that I do. Okay, so this next question, what is your favorite song you think you've ever filmed or written? So my favorite song that I've ever written is a song called Lullaby, and it was probably the third song that I ever wrote. It was back in 2004. It's actually on my first album. And it's really simple. It's just piano and strings and vocals, and it's kind of sad and slow. But it was really, really easy to write, and I think that's one of the reasons why I love it so much, because it was so natural and it just came out in one sitting, which kind of makes me sound lazy, but it's really more about it just being so natural and not having to push at anything and not having to force anything to come out. It just kind of wrote itself. And I just feel like it's really beautiful, and I love to sing it. It's really fun to sing, and that's why it's my favorite. So this next question was submitted via Twitter, and it comes from Leo Loves Gaga. The question is, who inspires you? So this is a great question, and I'd have to say, as a songwriter, a lot of different things inspire me, but probably the biggest thing is other people's music and other people's writing and performing. I love to listen to other people and other songs and take little bits of inspiration, whether it's, you know, the way they turn a phrase or something like that. And it makes me sound like I copy them, and that's totally not the case. It's just, you know, the more you listen to music, especially if you listen to music that's outside your comfort zone a little bit. So I'm always trying to find new singer-songwriters and new bands that I've never heard before that are maybe stylistically different from what I do. And it really inspires me to think of different ways to do what I'm doing. And, you know, I have to say, as cheesy as it sounds, one of the biggest things that I find inspiring every day is all of you and all of the amazing messages that I get, the wonderful emails and the tweets and the notes on Facebook. Sometimes I have days where I'm like, what am I doing? You know, why am I doing this? And all it takes is one note from somebody to remind me of, you know, what an amazing opportunity this is and how much I love being able to share, you know, all of my songs and performances and stuff with all of you. So thank you. Okay, so this next question came from Twitter, and it's, what's the best thing about being able to sing so beautifully? Everything. No, this is a funny question. So I would have to say the best thing about being able to sing the way I can sing, which some people may think it's beautiful, some people may think it's not. I mean, whatever, it's all your opinion. But one of my favorite things to do is to harmonize with myself and sing background vocals. So you'll notice that a lot of the songs that I've recorded on my albums have a lot of background vocals, and it's because I love to sing with myself. And I can trace that back to when I was a kid. I had a karaoke machine that had 2 cassette decks in it, and I used to record on one of the cassettes, and then I would put it in the other side and then record over it, so that I was layering all of my voice on top of myself. And this was when I was like 8 years old, and since then I've always loved singing harmonies with myself. So that's probably one of the most fun things about being able to sing is being able to sing with myself. So the next question comes from Facebook, and it is, why did you pick this 1 in a million chance type of career? And that is a great question, and one that I ask myself pretty much all the time. Because it's hard. I mean, it's really hard. There's so many amazing musicians out there, and your chances are literally 1 in a million, if not 1 in a billion. But I think it's because I can connect with people and share my music with people who want to hear it and who are inspired by it, and I can be inspired by all of them in return. That is why I keep doing what I'm doing. This question is, how and when did you realize or notice that you sing so beautiful? And this question comes from Venezuela, and I have to say, first of all, thank you. I'm very touched. And I guess I don't really know. When I was in 2nd grade, I played the letter U in our school alphabet musical, and it was one of the few singing roles. I think maybe only those of us who played the vowels were lucky enough to get to sing. So I imagine there was some sort of audition process for that. So when I got chosen to play the wonderful part of the letter U, I thought, oh, this is kind of cool. Maybe there's something there. And I just continued to sing all throughout elementary school and high school. And as I was growing up, I looked for opportunities to be able to share my talent. And I actually took piano lessons from the time I was 7 or 8 years old. So I always kind of had that musical foundation, and I think that really helped with my singing. I don't know that I ever had a moment where I was like, gosh, I sing amazingly well. I still, have days where I'm like, ugh, I'm terrible. But yeah, it's just, it's fun to be able to share this with everybody. And it's so wonderful to hear everybody's feedback and know that you guys are enjoying what I'm doing. Okay, so that is all for tonight. Thank you again, everybody who submitted questions. You're all amazing, and I love you all so much. And keep listening and keep sending me messages. And thank you so much for everything, and I will see you next time.